As long as you have a God, He can be able to make you become anything in this life. He can help you become rich. And the way He had made Zacchaeus the Bible says he was very rich. I look for a time when people will say, this pastor is very rich. I look for a time when the people will acknowledge the riches of what God is putting in the hands of the church. I bless the name of the Lord, like I said again. I want to share something from the book of Luke. The Gospel of Luke, chapter number 19. I shall be sharing, God willing, with the time I have. I will be sharing up to verse number 6, 8, and we bless the name of the Lord. I'm not out to finish the message. If I finish my message, then I don't have any other message to preach again. And therefore, I'm sure I can't finish. The Bible says in verse number 1, Luke chapter number 19. The writer of this book is a medical doctor. And as we listen to the scriptures, let's listen from a brain of a medic speaking to us. Luke is the author of the book of Luke. In chapter number 19, verse number 1, the Bible says, Jesus entered Jericho and made his way through the town. He enters Jericho and he doesn't stop in Jericho. The Bible says he goes through. I do not know what you have entered into. I want to assure you, you will go through it. Some of us have entered into a season that we are not familiar with. Some of us have entered into a season that we have never been. The Bible says that Jesus entered Jericho and he made his way through. Listen to this. There was a man there named Zacchaeus. He was the chief tax collector in the region, and he had become very rich. He tried to get a look at Jesus, but he was too short to see over the crowd. Listen to this. So he ran ahead and climbed as a sycamore tree, the sycamore fig tree besides the road. Listen to what the Bible says. For Jesus was going to pass that way. Verse number 5, the Bible says, when Jesus came by, he looked up at Zacchaeus and called him by name. Zacchaeus, he said, quick, come down. I must be a guest in your house today. I must be a guest at your house today. That is a place to underline. Zacchaeus quickly climbed down and looked and took Jesus to his house in a great excitement and joy. But the people were displeased. He had gone to be a guest of the notorious sinner. That's another place for you to underline if you are putting down some few things. Verse number 8, the Bible says, meanwhile, Zacchaeus stood before the Lord and said, I will give half of my wealth to the poor. Lord, and if I have cheated people on their taxes, I will give them back 4 times as much. Let me help us understand. Verse number 1, Jesus enters Jericho and goes through it. And they began by saying, you enter a season. And maybe this is a good place for me to say, seasons come and go. Evening comes and morning comes. Dry season come and rainy season come. We have always a planting season and a harvesting season. And when you enter a planting season, a good farmer must be able to count how many months. Seasons come and go.